Hello and welcome to the best mods for Xbox PC, where we will be looking at some of the best mods to check out each and every single day, or at least that's the aim. There'll be something here for everyone, definitely worth checking out. Use the chapters where you need them. If you do get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing. It goes a really long way. Appreciate your time. Let's get into it.
What kind of magic sorcery is this mod? This is an incredible new mod that removes all the loading screens to enter in all the shops within Neon City. This is a rather remarkable and immersive mod that is going to transform how you interact with Neon, making everything so much quicker, cleaner. Only available on PC because this will demand a lot more performance as it's loading in a lot more, moving things from internal cells into just the Neon cell or however you'd explain it, but it's truly epic. This is a good one. And with the other mod that removes some of the other loading screens in the elevators, we will almost get to a point where there is no loading screens within Neon. So the mod is called Seamless City Interiors by Pancon Keelo. It's a quality of life mod for Starfield that enhances immersion by transforming selected interior locations within cities to exterior environments. So currently the mod only does a few. So the intention is to have every shop, but currently there is only a few shops where you'll be able to just enter with none of the loading screens. But it really does demonstrate what will be possible. So this is a normal loading screen that you would go through and we would wait a little bit and it'd pop in. So soon we could expect this also to be gone. But again, this will increase the performance hit. So this is unlikely to come to Xbox, at least not the current generation, as it is a lot more intensive on the RAM and probably your graphics and everything. And since you have limited resources on the Xbox, this probably won't work. But this is an amazing seamless mod. This really is some wizardry. One quick note though, who else is getting stutters in their game? I've never really had any performance issues this bad, but now every now and then I'm getting these stutters. But it doesn't look like FPS drops. It's a bit strange. Let me know. I'm sure it's a mod or something causing it, but I do have a ton of mods right now, so it could be that as well. Really freaking sweet, very cool immersive mod. Let's keep moving. Here we have Hansdampf Lost Ships, a comprehensive ship collection mod, currently only on PC, but will be coming to Xbox, I believe, featuring a variety of ships, including redesigned vanilla ships, unique custom creations, and many rare Class M ships, typically unavailable for purchasing within the game. Here's a breakdown of what we can expect from this mod. This collection includes familiar ship models with reworked layouts aiming to improve functionality and aesthetics without altering the core stats. Ships like the Ecliptic Renegade 3, the Wave Peak, which is a redesign of the Civ Shuttle 3, and the Final Frontier, which is a remake or a remix of the Crossbow Mark III. Just as some examples, the ships are optimized to contain all necessary components for space travel, combat, and exploration, though some models might still deviate from the modder's intended perfection. There's also an introduction of several custom ships, such as the Malphus, Salako, and Crimson Light. These ships offer a unique design not seen in the base game, adding a variety to the player's fleet. Each custom ship is crafted to balance functionality with creative design, making them suitable for a diverse array of gameplay styles. Other than these crazy amazing looking ships, some of the highlights for me is these unreleased or rare ships. The mod unlocks ships that are otherwise unavailable for purchase, including iconic models like the Star Eagle, Razorleaf, and UC Prison Shuttle. But where things really get spicy is where we get all these Class M ships that I've never seen included in any other mod. Now you won't be able to fly these without a lot of mucking around, but it's a good place to start. There's also ships like the Warlock and the Warmonger 3, which are featuring experimental designs and features that Bethesda originally didn't really implement fully. This is truly a remarkable ship mod. There are so many vessels, I cannot go through them all, but just to show you all the selections as we've gone through it while we talk about it, is a really epic mod, and when it does come to Xbox, definitely worth trying out. What would be cool is in the future is seeing mods like this where they integrate these ships into the spawn lists, including some of these Class M ships that might get modified, add more weapons, make them a bit more engaging encounters. But in any case, really cool ship mod. Let's keep moving. The Starfield Wormhole Portals by Center.Pat introduces a compelling new mechanic to Starfield, offering players an immersive alternative to standard fast travel through randomized wormholes. This mod adds two types of wormholes, a stable wormhole and an unstable wormhole. These will be added across various systems. They offer a unique and sometimes risky route for exploration and navigating, aligning with Starfield's sci-fi lore and enhancing environmental immersion. These portals will appear after jumping into various different systems, noting that in settings, gameplay, we can have complete control of their scarcity, as well as some game impacts when we get too close. As you can note here, our shield is going down as we are within the wormhole's radius. Some of the cool aspects to this mod is, for instance, trying to fire your weapons out of it. You get some very interesting, cool space sound effects, and your weapons just go all the way around it. Driving into the portal will take you, depending on if it's a stable or unstable, into an unknown location or a predetermined location. In this instance, we have gone through an unstable, which has landed us in Nirvana in a random solar system all the way across the other side of the galaxy, basically. When it comes to stable wormholes, these will be permanent wormholes, randomly appearing in each system, giving players a fast travel route that connects distant parts of the galaxy. They enable travel to systems that might otherwise remain unlocked until later game, thus expanding exploration early on. Once established, stable wormhole locations will reset in each new game, ensuring each playthrough feels distinct. The unique thing about stable wormholes is that they will be marked on the map after a player approaches a nearby planet, offering a strategical purpose. So for instance, if we go into our map, we now have a little indication indicating the wormhole. The stable wormholes, you will be able to travel back and forth very nice and easily between the two locations that are established, making for some pretty nice and easy travel. This mod will set you back 100 credits. Interesting little gameplay mechanic with some cool settings to adjust. Interesting mod, let's keep moving. The Shipbuilder Configurator mod by Grisbane 404 is a must-have for any shipbuilder. This enhances Starfield's shipbuilding mechanics, offering players a robust customization option to design larger, more intricate ships with greater freedom. This mod is pretty much an essential toolkit to have within your mod list, adding every option nearly available to elevate your ship customization without relying on the default glitch methods or overlapping tricks. This is insanely potent, powerful mod. Here we can change the ship size. Do note that these will be slightly different on Xbox, noting that there are two different versions, one for PC, one for Xbox, as some of these won't be the same because Xbox will not be able to support some of these ginormous settings. But this mod is pretty much an all-in-one. We can change how many ships we own, we can enable Class M modules, snap distance, even a zoom on module. And this one's very cool, a min-max for floor limits, reducing that annoying habit of moving too far below the ship deck when placing items, even the speed in which we move the camera up and down, the zoom distance, pretty much every single option you could ever think of. It is truly just a mind-blowing mod that has flown under the radar for way too long. Anyone who's into shipbuilding probably know this one already, but this is a must-have if you do not. A very nice utility mod, making building ships even easier and better with pretty much toggling options for every kind of aspects. Really fantastic mod. Let's keep moving. Here we have Nova Galactic 3x3x1 empty. This is a very simple mod, but it could be very nice for your builds. It just removes all the walls, resulting in a huge empty Zen hub. This thing is giant, so this is basically almost giving you an open slate to really customize this into cargo bay, into whatever you would like. This is just called 3x3x1 empty by Tom8787. Wanted to include this because it's going to help introduce the next mod, which is another addition to the Starizon epic builder mods. This one is called Ship Walls and Doors by Mr. Trilby. The mod is a decorative asset pack designed to give players expanded customization for their ship's interior, and is especially suitable for those looking to personalize their vessels with unique walls and doors. The mod offers over 79 walls and doors organized into 19 variant menus within a custom build menu category. This range allows players to decorate their ship interiors more intricately, making each vessel much more personalized. The custom build menu makes it very accessible for getting quick access to these decorative items, enabling seamless integration of these assets into your ship. There are plans also for this mod to add even more that will extend to the home, kitchen, lodge, and outdoor settings. Some of the dependencies for this mod is getting the Starizon categories and asset mod, formerly known as community categories, for this to function in the most optimal way. The dependency serves as a framework that allows Starizon to have its own category, so I just recommend you get that. It's pretty much a must required anyway. When it comes to your load order consideration, just ensure that this always sits under the categories, the Starizon categories and asset mod. It's a very lightweight mod. It shouldn't really cause any performance hits. The Starizon Ship Walls and Doors mod is a promising addition to Starfield for players invested in ship customization. It does provide a very good broad range of decorative options that we haven't really seen before. As you can see, just looking at all the various doors that you have, there could be some really cool ways to set up your own hubs, just like this very empty hub, having your own rooms, decorative items. So much possibility now with all the decorations we have available. Nice to see another addition to Starizon's amazing decorations and assets. The other really nice thing about this mod is that it has really good tolerance, configured brilliantly to make all this so nice and simple and very nice to use. The Starborn Makeup Gun by Keelo offers a unique tool for players to alter the appearance of NPCs and the player's characters within Starfield. It simplifies appearance customization, providing an intuitive, quick way to apply presets. After installing this mod, you will be gifted a shotgun called the Starborn Makeup Gun. This will allow you to save and apply presets when firing upon an NPC. When I say NPC, I mean all the ones that are persistently generated, not just the random NPCs that are generated all over the shop, the ones that stay through the story. So the weapon can store up to 10 appearances. The feature enabled players to quickly change appearances by aiming and shooting at the target of the NPC. You'll also be able to craft the gun from your pharmaceutical labs. Some things to note though with this is that specific limitations when applied to characters of opposite gender. Mouth animations for speech do not activate, which means this will impact immersion for some players. So you might not want to do any gender switching for this because you'll lose the mouth animation. The key thing to note with this mod is that you cannot restore or revert NPCs to their original appearance once you've changed it. However, you can restore your appearance at all times to the default of what you had before. There is no new game carryover with this mod as well, which is worth noting. However, you do get all the cool functionality of being able to shoot at an NPC, capture their appearance, apply it to yourself or other NPCs, as well as go in and customize those NPCs look using the enhance menu. This is somewhat similar to the Changeling mod, which we covered recently. However, this is almost a little bit simpler, just using a shotgun, but has a little bit more limitations on its functionality. However, it's still a good choice if you're looking for a very streamlined way to capture NPCs' appearances and apply them to yourself or your companions. Let's keep moving. Introducing this very cool Outpost mod. This is called Wicked Outpost Project by Something Wicked. This is a mod that enhances outpost building with a variety of new hubs, garages, and a working landing pad with a spaceship workshop. This is going to change outpost building forever. The key features with this mod is it has a diverse array of hubs with up to 15 unique hub structures for outpost, with options for primarily for science and hydroponic categories. These include all the various science hubs with various configurations like medium flat, medium angled, and several double and alternative designs. Some of these combine science with hydroponic themes, providing a nice amount of flexibility within the outpost setup. But then you have the hydroponic hubs. Similar variations are offered with medium, flat, angled, and double story options that emphasize the agricultural and life support design. This also includes garage and workshop features with multiple garages, including a notable spaceship workshop with a working landing pad. This garage allows for customization and building on the landing pad itself by adding utility for ships and outpost expansion. The atmospherical environments with these hubs are all pretty unreal as they are equipped with lighting and atmospherical controls. They're all nav meshed, allowing for followers to recognize and react to the environments by being able to move around. But by far the most interesting and amazing aspect to this mod is the stackable double hub features and designs. The mod offers the ability to connect hubs to the top and bottom of the hubs, making for a very unique new way to build hubs on top of hubs and to create basically hub or sky hub cities. Now, there are some limitations and issues to work through with this in terms of getting it all functioning in, say, a scenario like this. But for the most part, what you can do and get away with is rather incredible. There are a few rules you probably need to be mindful of. Say, if we did want to get another second level built, we would need to ensure that the whole base of this hub actually is sitting under another hub, if that makes sense, just so they're all stacked nicely. Otherwise, you will trigger the intersections error. Now, they come with all the same functionality as all the other hubs, being able to make windows wherever you need. And the coolest thing is that the landing pad comes with this pre-built garage or central area where you would start connecting your base to build hubs, which you could encase and circle around the hub. Probably be a good idea to grab one of the other mods that reduces the tolerance, allowing us to build even further onto the pad. But the beautiful aspect to this is that we can come in here and actually go and check our ship if we wanted to, where we can view and modify our ships. As you can see, our ship has spawned. The other beautiful aspect to this mod is it has quite a few varying different degrees of garages that come with these really cool ramps. So you'll be able to drive up and into your hubs with very nice ease. And it's just pretty remarkable. And just giving you a quick demonstration and highlighting this very special feature that this mod introduces, which is just remarkable, very brilliant, is just having the ability to now connect hubs at the top and bottom. And then if we want, we can also start stacking them, which gives us an incredible amount of verticality. What will be interesting down the road with crazy outposts like this, you could see where an elevator would come in handy. When it comes to compatibility, this mod does not alter the vanilla science or hydroponic list, so it should have really minimal conflicts with other mods. It should be compatible with most setups. One thing to note too is when you build this, make sure you do at least build one hallway, then start connecting habs to this central landing pad. That will make it much easier, and they should all connect then. Outside that, this mod is fantastic. This is going to be huge for all the outpost builders. Now having a vertical landscape to build, ensuring the most efficient amount of space and builds now is applicable. Fantastic mod. Let's keep moving. The mod is called Keelo's Sleek Ship HUD by Keelo6969. This improves space flight experience by providing a very streamlined high-performance HUD for ships. This mod focuses on enhancing the visual clarity and smoothness within the ship's navigation and combat without adding unnecessary visual clutter. Currently, this is only on PC, but I imagine this will eventually make its way to Xbox, with an option at the moment to have 120 FPS version or a 60 FPS version. The HUD redesign is super sleek and less intrusive. It does focus on the essential elements like the spaceship reticle. This design is beneficial for players who prefer minimal distractions, especially in high-stakes based combat. This simplified HUD keeps all the vital information clear while enhancing the aesthetics experience. For me, this is just going to be a staple. I love the look of this HUD, and I really do enjoy the new way of using the scanner without having any kind of intrusion. It just seems so clean. Really enjoy this mod. Let's keep moving. This next mod is called ProbeTech DoomShip. We're not going to spend much time on it. Do not buy it. It is a complete scam. 800 credits for a mod that is worth probably 100 credits at most. Even though this probably took a lot of time and this person's clearly just figuring out how to mod, do not come onto the creation engine and throw up this for 800 credits and not expect to get destroyed by people who invest the time to try figure this out. This honestly just pissed me off completely. This is a big issue that we currently have within the modding community, is how did this get passed, and who decides that this is worth 800 credits? They might have spent so much time figuring all this out, but in terms of what we get from other polished complete mods that are worth a fraction of this is a bit disgraceful. Not really going to talk about more about what this mod is or what it does, but it just gives you a couple locations, some encounters, some random loot that is randomly generated, no armor, nothing I can really see of any kind of value. It says it has little jumps and ramps, and they've just put these little things here and there, spawned in some existing NPCs, some of it has some AI voicing, but overall I'm just disgusted with this mod. And just to be brutal, honestly, I will probably never cover this mod's creator again. I feel robbed. 800 credits for this. Anyway, we won't go into much detail because there's really not much to talk about. It's a bit of a fetch quest. You go to a couple locations, some things spawn in. It's just all over the shop. There's no consistency. I mean, it's these little details like this whole location, which is the main location, is completely empty on the actual map. Even the DoomShip. Now, I don't know how hard it is or how difficult it is to do that stuff, but for 800 credits, and this is the only reason I'm harping on and digging into this mod creator, is because at 800 credits, mate, we expect more. I do just want to reiterate that the main issue is the price. I really do like to support our modders, but at 800 credits with what we've got and what we can compare this to, forgetting Bethesda's ridiculous $800 credit, ridiculously stupid, luxurious hab, or whatever it's called, this is the most egregious thing I've seen so far. Just trying to stress though, if you had come in and approach this with a reasonable $100 credit, 200, there may be some leniency there, but at 800 credits, this is just unreal. Let's keep moving. So moving on from that, we have to talk about this incredible free mod, which is the Hatch, a horror quest by Glue Mods. Now, this is probably one of my favorite missions that I've really played in Starfield, and that's because it is centered around a bit more of a horror theme. Now, I jump pretty easy, and this thing actually had me jump quite a few times, so I suggest going by yourself, pumping up the sound, get some headphones, and you may be surprised at how well this executes some much needed sci-fi horror.
What was that?
Oh, fuck. Oh my god, it actually made me jump. The shit. Whoa, what the shit? Oh, he's right there. Talking to a plushie. Gotta find the plushie corpse. Oh, fuck. Oh, you tricky. Whoa, fucking hell. Oh god, there's Cora. Oh no, she's running towards us. She can't die. What is this? Cora, what are you doing? Okay, so she's just gonna be here. Whoa, got a weird noise. I'm gonna do it. Whoa, there's two Coras. Oh man. The quest is centered around some rather paranormal activities that are going to set you on some mind-breaking puzzles. But some of these puzzles will have you laughing at yourself at how easy they are to solve, but you could spend a good while trying to figure them out. This glorious custom quest comes with many puzzles, secrets, multiple unique voice lines from multiple characters. None of it's AI. The mod creator does the voices himself, I'm pretty sure. There is no level requirement, but I'd highly suggest you get a flashlight for this mod. But I really don't want to spoil too much with this mod. All I can say is I highly recommend this. And this is a good example to give us contrast of how good a free mod is and what is on offer compared to an $800 credit mod. I can guarantee you won't be disappointed with this. It does get a bit difficult. You will, however, possibly get frustrated or want to give up because some of these puzzles are quite difficult but are so refreshing and unique. I had an absolute blast. The fact that I got a little bit jumpy to me means he executed this perfectly. But if you want to access this mod, you will go to Mercantile into the back room. There will be a hatch. Going down into the hatch is going to kick off this quest, pick up everything, look around. There are so many little details about this mod that try to give you hints and tips. For instance, even on the walls, there may be little clues, and sometimes things mean exactly what they mean. So just leave my few little tips there because this is a good one to try figure out yourself. This is by far the best free quest mod that I've come across. It's brilliant. I'd be happy to pay for money for this. It's really an epic quest mod that I thoroughly enjoyed. Let's keep moving. We got Lodecs Custom Armory by Lodecs. This is a comprehensive weapon mod for Starfield that introduces 4 high-tech, lore-friendly weapons designed with extensive attention to detail and functionality. The mod is suited for players looking to expand their arsenal with distinctive, high-quality firearms and glorious detail, and just so completely unique in terms of aesthetics to many of the weapons we've checked out in the past. We have the Haas 7790 Hyper Assault Rifle, a versatile high-performance assault rifle with advanced aim assist and multiple attachments, ideal for varied combat scenarios. We have the RLON 25 Accelerator Shotgun. This is a particle accelerated shotgun that excels in close quarter combat and even mid-range when fully equipped, rivaling the best guns in the game. Look at that energy damage, 904. What? Here we have the Wayu SM2037 Particle Accelerator Sniper Rifle. How freaking awesome is this and unique. I'm loving the aesthetics of these weapons. This weapon is known for its precision over extreme distances, up to 175 meters to be exact. This rifle is used for elite factions within the game's lore, such as UC Military. Then we have a cool take on the old Earth Baz 12 pump shotgun, a nostalgic choice for fans of Earth legacy weaponry. It maintains the destructive power and reliability that made it an icon. Diving in a little bit deeper into the SM237 Particle Sniper Rifle, this has by far one of the coolest holographic sights that I've ever seen in the game, having this amazing immersive offset as the weapon moves around. When it comes to upgrading, there is no shortage of amazing upgrades for this weapon, including the magnetic rails that stands out for sure, giving extra damage. We can even add a laser sight. These are some of the most custom designs, and it's so cool to see some futuristic sort of weapons in Starfield. What's also incredible about this mod is that you will have to work with it, requiring certain skills to be able to unlock some of the craziest weapon mounts, weapon scopes and modifications, as well as some research items will need to be completed. Also noting that some of the materials required to make some of these new attachments and modifications will require some rarer materials. You will have to work to get this fully upgraded. The sniper rifle's performance is top-notch, and being a particle sniper, it is just such a nice weapon to use, and I really like that it's just basically very little to no recoil and an absolute monster. This thing rained down and does so much damage. Probably one of my favorite particle snipers that I've used so far. When it comes to the Hyperion assault rifle, it fires like a machine gun but handles like an assault rifle. It is very, very fast firing. Certainly something out of a sci-fi movie. I just can't get over how immaculate and beautiful these sci-fi weapons look. Next, looking at the Hyperion assault rifle, coming with a ton of customization options as well. When it comes to laser components, we have the Recon laser sight holo, which adds a very nice attachment. For scopes, we have to check out the night vision sight. For the muzzle, we have a brilliant compensator, muzzle brake, and suppressor. Using the night vision didn't quite work, so I've just switched to the reflex scope, which adds a side mounted, what? Look at this, how insane. And I just love the detail of the ammo where it says 30, you have the little lasers projecting it. This is some freaking unreal sci-fi weapons. This is by far one of my favorite weapons I have ever used. This feels like a completely unique weapon. Also having the sci-fi appearance, just so freaking unreal. You will not be disappointed with any of these weapons, but let's keep looking at these in a little bit more detail because this mod deserves the time. Moving on to the particle shotgun. We can have a standard or short barrel. Looks like we can also have the side mounted sight on this, but let's try the Debal A2 sight this time. This also does offer night vision, but I assume it's in the same state, so we'll just try the recon scope. For muzzle, there is no attachment. Your standard suspects for magazine and battery. Same again for your internal components. This mod also has an incredibly cool hollow sight and doing so much particle damage. This thing is just such a cool, fun weapon to use and just looks sci-fi. Another excellent weapon to try. And finally, we have the Old Earth Russian shotgun, having short and long barrel, being able to attach a nice muzzle brake, suppressor, compensator, and choke. Usual suspects for internal components. When it comes to grip and stock, we do have a unique stock for this, and those are pretty much all the upgrades you can expect with the shotgun. Cool thing about the shotgun is it has a custom sound. I mean, many of these weapons might have a custom sound, at least it sounds like it. When it comes to looking down sight, it does have a sort of a weird way of doing it. It sort of puts the gun in the center. However, I do not recommend that being a shotgun, but this is much more similar to the typical traditional shotgun feel. Not being too overpowered either, but also having some cool knockdown effects and staggering. Some of the other glorious aspects of this mod is that it's all level list integrated. Weapons will appear in enemy inventories and vendor list based on player's level, providing a realistic, lore-consistent acquisition method. The weapons will be able to be crafted in industrial workbenches through crafting recipes and require specific components as we've gone through. When it comes to the weapon quality, so the mod does have support for 20 quality tiers, craftable at your weapons workbench, aligning with Gambit's craftable quality mod. So there's a bit of a compatibility between this mod and Gambit's mod. The other cool thing which I'd like to get with this mod is that it has a compatible with Professor X66 ammo HUD, which will display the custom icon for these weapons, which would be huge because, as you note, you won't be able to see them in your quick slot or on your HUD. When it comes to the lore integration, each weapon's design, branding, and lore-rich backstory contributes to an immersive experience. The weapons come from a fictional manufacturer, such as the LDC Arms and Wayland Yatana Corporation, adding depth to the game universe and enhancing realism. There may even be a hidden store on Gagarin, where some of the lore integration stems from. Finally, scratching that itch for me of getting some really nice looking sci-fi weapons that perform incredibly, have a very unique feel and functionality. First time I've ever seen a weapon in Starfield use a side mounted sight, meaning you really have to change the way you use a weapon as you have to account for the different elevation, and just making this such a cool and fantastic, refreshing weapon mod. Huge one for me. Epic weapon mod. Let's keep moving. Just a quick note before we jump to the next mod. This is most likely coming to Xbox. Stay tuned. Keep an eye out. Absolute must if it does. Let's keep moving.